Yeah.
I wanna go into your brother a little bit, because I know that, you know, that was probably a point in your life, and you can paint the timeline and whatnot. But you got this call in California from your brother, who's like, "Bro, I need help, right? Like, I'm not doing well." This is older brother, younger brother,
Older brother.
older brother,
Yeah.
and so. What was that experience like? You know, addiction's close to me. I understand it. I've been around it my whole life. You know, I've had friends that died from it. Obviously, that was like a lot to deal with. You know.
Yeah. When he called me and said that, I didn't even know what heroin was. Like, that wasn't even in my vocabulary or my bandwidth. And so I'm like, okay. And so, I packed my stuff up in a couple weeks, and I went home. And me and my brother-in-law, we knew, but we thought we were doing him a favor by not telling anyone, right? Like, look out for bro, right? Like, bro's struggling. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know what it was. And so then eventually, like, I kind of just like, I didn't know, to be honest, I didn't know how dangerous it was.
Yeah.
Now that I'm reflecting, because I haven't even taken time
But I
to
think
reflect
back
that.
then, at that time, this would have been like what, 2000.
15?
So like, it
2016?
was not the epidemic it is now, in the sense of like, holy shit, we got a real problem here now. Like,
that's a good point.
It really wasn't that back then.
So foreign to me. Yeah, like I didn't know. So I didn't know the extent of it. And at that time too, my brother he's probably like 6-7 years older than me. So there was like, when I was graduating high school, I was just starting to build like a actual relationship with him. And then that happens, and I just didn't know how dangerous it was. And then I really wasn't involved. Like, he was always like in and out of the house, or he was living elsewhere. And then I'm pretty sure for a long time, like, the whole family just wanted to keep it hush hush, like, right? Like, trying to hold a persona or a perception, right? So like, everything was hush hush. And then he just went on a battle, bro, for years. A couple years after that. And then it's so terrible. It's like almost like to the point where like we were preparing for that one call where he wasn't going to come back, right? Because I'm pretty sure he had overdosed like a couple times, and like, lived. And there was also moments of sobriety,
right? Like,
sober, like he's doing it, and then like right back in the same proximity. And
you would probably see the difference.
Yeah.
When he was sober.
Yeah.
Like,
well, think of me. I'm 19 or 20 years old, and at that time I'm smoking weed with my brother, and I'm like, why is he dozing off talking to me? Yeah. Maybe it's just maybe brother's tired. Like, I didn't know. Like, I wasn't involved in any of that. And so then, I lived in Tampa. He was still struggling. I moved to Vegas. He was still struggling. And, Christmas Eve, like, I saw him through a jail cell. Like, it was rough. And I think I almost, if I'm honest, like, I disassociated. It was to the point where I was like, I need to like totally love you from afar. Because there were times where like he robbed me, or took advantage of me. And now that I look at it, I'm like, that's not Mike. It's the drugs, right? It's not my brother. It's the drugs. It's not him when he's on it.
Right.
And so I totally disassociated. Like, I'm very harsh when it comes to who I let in. And like, if you're not operating at a specific caliber, or you're not empowering me, like, you have to go. Like, I understand my assignment and my mission. There's no energy can be wasted on that. Even blood, right? Like, I'm just being direct. And so I was living in Vegas, and it was my dad's birthday. And I FaceTime my dad, and I'm like, I love you. How you doing? He's like, we're great. Enjoy your birthday. Let me know if there's anything we can do. And like 2 hours later, he called me. He's like, yo, I'm at the crime scene. Like, your brother's dead. Wow. Like, me and your mom are here. The heroin had fentanyl in it. And, they robbed him right when he died, took everything he had, jumped out the window, closed the window to make it look like he was by himself. Like, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even have the strength to tell your older sisters, can you do it for me? And so I called my sisters and let them know he wasn't coming back. And it took me 6 months to realize he was dead. Yeah. No idea. I literally I literally got off that call, called my sisters, and in a couple hours, I was in my closet teaching kids on a Zoom call.
Just didn't hit you.
Just numb. And I remember 6 months later, I'm sitting in my bed and I'm deleting text messages, like clearing out my inbox, and I see him. And I click on it and I'm like, yo, he's dead.
Yeah.
And just bawled and bawled and bawled. And that's the programming of not knowing how to deal with emotions, or not, like, just getting right back into the grind, or numbing ourselves with work, or numbing ourselves with business to not feel things. And I didn't even know I was doing it. And so that was that.